I like it, 'cause there's nothing like it.
It's different.
Genesee Cream Ale.
When you put on your smile, you've got to suit your own style. And Quencher suits me to a Q. Color me Quencher, give me a smile. Wetter and better, and strictly my style.
Lip Quencher Lipstick by Chapstick, drenched with moisturizers and loads of colors that suit me to a Q.
Color me Quencher.
It suits me to a Q.
Be an energy saver. Fix leaky faucets.
CBS Evening News with Walter Cronkite.
Good evening. The messages came from 6,000 miles across the sea. Private messages, but for all the world to hear. Expressions of love for wives, children, parents, brothers, and sisters. Hopes for homecoming, but when, said one, I don't know. The world today not only saw but heard from some of those 52 Americans held hostage in Iran. For families of the hostages, the film served as belated holiday greetings. But with Iran demanding $24 billion for the hostages' release, today's tantalizing glimpse of them also seemed a kind of ransom note written in an age of technology and terror. And CBS News has learned that, for undisclosed reasons, several of the hostages declined to take part in the filming. The pictures were shot Christmas Eve and Christmas morning by Iranian television. Morton Dean in New York narrates our report.
The hostages expressed many different emotions. They expressed some of the frustrations of being in captivity.
My message would go to my wife, Angela, and to my entire family. Although they're not receiving much of my mail, and I'm certainly not receiving much of their mail, I am all right. I do expect to come home. When, I don't know.
Some expressed hope.
Even though it has been nearly 14 months now, I remain optimistic that we'll be home soon.
Some were aware that back home, some of life's treasured moments had passed, and they weren't around to enjoy them.
My attitude is positive, and although I can't be with you this holiday season, I'm with you spiritually.
I speak to my daughter Catherine and her husband, wish them well, state that I'm anxious to get home and see them, having missed their wedding.
A number of the hostages said thank you to the American people.
I'm sure that I speak for all of the other hostages when I say that the support and concern shown towards us by our fellow Americans has been of immeasurable value to all of us.
What we were allowed to see in the film made available by the Iranian government were some hostages who appeared grim and somewhat dispirited.
I would like to send a message to my wife, Rita Odie, who is living in Sun City West, Arizona. I want to tell her how much I miss her, especially now at Christmas, that I love her very much. I would also like to send a message to my brother Howard Odie in Midland, Michigan. He suffered a severe heart attack in October. I hope he is recovering well.
I want to wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy holiday season. I wish I could be there with you. Please don't worry, I'm all right. I get depressed at times, but I'm doing fine.
And some scenes that showed hostages who appeared to be in good humor.
Sherry Hall, I'm still out here. 500 days tomorrow that we've seen each other, but I can roll on if you can, kid.
Hostages receiving gifts from back home, from relatives, friends, and from a former hostage, Richard Queen, who was set free 5 months ago for medical reasons. The two women hostages were shown wearing yellow ribbons in their hair, indicating they know that people back home are wearing and displaying yellow ribbons, that people back home haven't forgotten them.
Kate's a marvelous roommate. Gives me a great deal of faith and a great deal of comfort and hope all the time.
Unlike yesterday, when the material released by the Iranian government had no sound, today there were messages from a number of the hostages.
I'd like to send my message to the dearest person in my life, which is my wife, Anita, and to my son, Mark, and his wife, Joanne, my son, David, his wife, Debbie, and my two grandchildren, John Thomas, and a little baby grandson that I have not seen, Michael, that I hope to see them soon. Merry Christmas to you all.
Marjorie, my love, sorry to miss Christmas again, and second anniversary that we have spent apart. Maybe with a little luck, we'll spend our silver wedding anniversary together next year.
And Scott, I expect you to continue the good work in school and help Mom around the house. And don't forget to feed the wild birds this winter. They'll probably be getting hungry.
The Iranian government did not release statements from all of the hostages we saw today, and some hostages who did not appear in the film did show up in still photographs carried by the wire services. Of the 52 hostages in Iran, we saw 16 yesterday, and an additional 18 today, a total of 34.
Merry Christmas to you all. And to my mother.
Morton Dean, CBS News, New York.
More film of the hostages is expected to be released tomorrow by Iran. Technical problems at Iranian television delayed that film's release today.